Now I'm hit with a deep regret, a kind that sticks around. It's because I never really let myself be open and honest with you. When you gave me your love so freely, I was hiding behind walls I built myself. Even though you were giving me your heart, I was closed off, trapped by my own fears. This unwillingness to open up has turned into a constant ache, a pain I caused myself, reminding me every day of what I've missed out on. I keep thinking about our times together, how your laugh, bright and full of life, used to light up even our quietest moments. How comforting it was just being around you, your gentle touch and the spark in your eyes when you talked about your dreams. All our talks, the secrets we shared, the happy and sad times feel like a haunting song now, making me miss you even more. Now I'm alone, haunted by thoughts of what I didn't do, mad at myself for not seeing the true value of what we had. I didn't give back your love when I had the chance, and now I see clearly how big a loss that was. My fears and defenses kept me from seeing the amazing gift you were giving me every day. Now looking back, I see all the mistakes and chances I missed so clearly. I have to face that I'm the reason for my own sadness and the pain I've caused. You, realizing I should have treasured our relationship more but didn't, is hard to accept. I now understand that not being fully emotionally available was a big mistake, one that has forever changed our lives. Trying to understand how much I've hurt you, I've tried to see the world through your eyes, to feel even a bit of the pain and longing you felt. And what I've learned is that your love was unlike any I've ever known, deep, true, and given without conditions. I misunderstood, thinking love was something to bargain with, not realizing it was supposed to be a generous, selfless act. Your love opened my eyes, showing me that true love knows no bounds and isn't weighed down by fears or selfishness. So I should have embraced your love as the wonderful, natural thing it was, but instead, I let my own fears cast a shadow over it. You were such a bright, giving presence in my life, and I didn't see it until it was too late. Looking back, I realize I always played it safe rather than being brave. I didn't see the treasure you were, a treasure that could have changed my life. I failed to share my true self, my fears, dreams, and feelings, and that wasn't just a mistake. It was wrong of me and unfair to you. The time we spent together wasn't just ordinary moments. They were special chapters in our life story, chapters I wish I could go back to fix and enjoy all over again. Every smile and every tear from those days is now a precious memory, and the more I think about it, the more I feel the loss of the close bond we had. I can't forget the day you left, which left a deep mark on my heart. It felt like part of me was ripped out, leaving a huge empty space. The pain was so sharp and deep it shook me to my core. I used to be so confident and proud, but that crumbled away, leaving me feeling weak and bare. I felt like I was standing on the edge of a huge dark hole, with all my regrets pulling me closer to a darkness I couldn't escape. But in that deep pain, I also felt a strong respect for you. Your courage and determination, even when you were hurting, were truly inspiring. They made me face my own flaws and see the truth in everything you did and said. You were more than just a partner. You were a teacher to me. You showed me that love isn't about owning someone or expecting them to be perfect, but about growing a relationship based on respect, understanding, and mutual growth. Seeing you change from being vulnerable to strong showed me how powerful you really are. You changed the way I understand love and being loved, setting a high standard I now see I didn't meet. You taught me that real love means being truly seen, heard, and valued, far beyond just talking and spending time together. It's a rare and amazing kind of love that doesn't ask for anything in return, but gives freely. Realizing I missed out on this kind of love makes me very sorry. By not giving you the time, attention, and emotional support you deserved, I not only broke your trust, but also hurt my own ability to love fully. I was so caught up in my own fears and worries that I didn't see the incredible gift you were in my life. Your presence wasn't just comforting, it made my life bright and full of meaning. Now looking back, every time I ignored you, every time I hid away instead of opening up, stands out as a clear failure on my part. These regrets are deep and permanent, part of who I am. I've spent many nights awake, thinking about what could have been if I had been as open as you. So I go over those times again and again, and each time it makes the sadness and the sense of lost chances even worse. Reflecting on these thoughts, I truly understand how much I've lost. It wasn't just losing a connection with you. I lost a part of myself that could have grown with your unconditional love. What we had wasn't just another relationship, it was a deep joining of souls, a matching of energies that made me feel whole. With you I belonged in a way I had never felt before, and without you I'm lost in a sea of emptiness and regret. I miss not just being near you, but the emotional comfort only you could give. There's an empty space inside me that only your laughter, your kindness, and your steady support can fill. I long for the safety of your hug, the reassurance that everything would be okay as long as we were together. This longing for what we once had sticks with me, a bittersweet reminder of the past and what could have been if I had only realized how important you were sooner. Now, as I deal with what happened, I'm faced with the hard truth that I can't change the past. Time keeps moving forward, relentless and unforgiving, and all I'm left with are memories and a heavy heart. But from this hard truth, I've learned something important. Being open, truly embracing love, and not letting fear guide my decisions are crucial. I've come to understand the hard way that real connections need more than just being there. They require a willingness to be vulnerable, to risk being hurt, and to show our true selves, warts and all. There was a time I thought that winning, achieving, and getting applause could fill the emptiness inside me. I climbed to great heights and celebrated victories, but these moments didn't really satisfy me. No prize could replace the real joy your love brought into my life. Even as I celebrated my achievements, the lack of your presence made everything feel hollow and incomplete. Your presence was like a bright light guiding me through darkness, warming my soul. With you, I felt an emotional closeness that went beyond anything ordinary. It felt like every hidden part of me had found a safe place in your heart. When I looked into your eyes, I didn't see judgment or expectations, but a steady belief that I was enough just as I am. I took this gift for granted, a truth I only fully understand now that we're apart. I've realized that the most painful lessons are the ones we learn too late. Not returning your love wasn't just a mistake, it was a major error that changed my whole life. I'm haunted by knowing that my actions, driven by fear and doubt, have affected both our lives deeply. Every regret and every tear in my private moments of sadness remind me of the love I let slip through my fingers. Yet, in this deep sadness, I also find a little bit of hope. The pain has led me on a journey of self-discovery, to really understand my mistakes and what love and connection truly mean. I'm starting to see that healing comes from admitting my faults and accepting the vulnerability I once avoided. I'm learning that true strength doesn't come from putting up walls, but from having the courage to tear them down and embrace our true feelings fully. Now I'm committed to honoring the love you showed me by learning from our past and changing for the better. I'm working on rebuilding the trust I broke, on being emotionally present in a way that respects the beautiful love we once shared. I wish I could go back and fix the times when my pride and fear got in the way. I wish I could replace my indifference with the passion and openness you truly deserved. Your love was a revelation, a force that pushed me to face the deepest parts of myself. As I sit here reflecting, I'm filled with a deep longing to turn back time and rewrite our story. I miss those days when our connection was easy, when our talks felt like a smooth dance between two hearts perfectly in tune. I miss your laugh, the warmth of your touch, and the calming sound of your voice that lifted me up during tough times. These memories are deeply carved into my heart, bringing both comfort and a sharp pain of what I've lost. In these quiet moments, I've come to realize that no one else can take your place. You were the one who really got me, who saw the fears I tried so hard to hide. You made me feel like I belonged, that I mattered. Standing amidst the wreckage I've caused, I understand now that the emptiness I feel isn't because I'm worthless, but because I let go of something priceless. My heart is heavy with regret, but it's also starting to feel a new kind of strength. Admitting where I went wrong is just the first step to getting better. I need to forgive myself, and I hope you can forgive me too. I'm determined to live a life where I don't let fear hold me back, where being open and vulnerable is seen as a strength, not a weakness. I want to make sure my actions from now on reflect the deep love you once gave me so generously. This tough time of regret has taught me a lot. It's shown me that holding back who I really am costs more than the risk of getting hurt. True love demands openness and the courage to share all parts of ourselves, the good and the bad. You taught me that real closeness comes from the bravery to be vulnerable, even if it means we might get hurt. I'm still working through my mistakes, and sometimes the guilt is overwhelming. Nights when I can't sleep, I replay our memories, wishing I could fix my wrongs, but I'm learning each day that I can't change the past, but I can shape the future. Future where I try to be the person you always believed I could be. Your leaving left a big hole in my life, but it also pushed me to change. I'm working hard to let go of my fears and doubts, to stop the behaviors that made me take your love for granted. The real tragedy was not just losing you, but never fully experiencing the powerful change that openness and vulnerability bring. You were my hope in a world that felt cold, and I want to keep that hope alive, even if it means facing up to my past mistakes. Now at a crossroads, where my regrets meet my hopes for new beginnings, I'm acutely aware of the harm I've done, the trust I've broken, and the chances I've missed. But within this sorrow, there's a strong hope that I can fix what's been broken. I'm ready to face my fears, to fix the bridges I once thoughtlessly let fall apart, and to cherish the love that still lives in my heart. I want to show you that I've learned from my mistakes, that I now understand how precious our connection was. True change isn't just about words, it's about actions and the bravery to change. I'm committed to not just making things right, for the moment but for life, to being a better partner, a better friend, and a better me. I want to show that I've learned the value of being truly open, of sharing who we are without holding back. I've really come to value the honest, open love you gave so freely. Now I'm all in to not only win back your trust, but to bring back the spark that made us feel so alive. This journey of self-discovery has taught me a lot, like how the pain of being apart is actually mixed with the beauty of what we once had. Every tear I shed is a nod to the times we shared, and each sting of regret reminds me of important lessons I can't forget. Love isn't something to keep to ourselves or take lightly. It's a special gift that needs us to be fully there and really ourselves. So here I am, heart outstretched, ready to face the fears that used to scare me away. I'm committed to living out the love we had by really feeling every moment, staying true in every situation, and never taking your unconditional love for granted again. I know the path ahead is tough, and that the marks from our past might not completely fade. But I also know that every step I take to be better for you is a step towards mending the hurt I caused to both of us. I'm looking forward to the day I can look you in the eyes and truly talk about the damage I caused, to show you I'm sorry, not just in words, but through real changes in what I do. I want you to see that I now understand what love really means, love that waits, forgives, and holds on. I'm ready to be the partner who really listens, who gets it, and who treasures every moment we're together. Without you, I've realized life just isn't complete. With you I feel whole, Reflecting on it all, I'm struck by how unique and irreplaceable our connection was. It really sets the bar for everything loving and selfless. You were always my safe place, the one brave enough to love me when I was too scared to love myself. Now, facing up to what I've done, I see that your love was more than just impressive. It was essential to who I am. Here at this turning point, I'm truly dedicated to changing, to opening my heart wide again. I know it's a long road to making things right, but I'm up for the challenge if it means getting back the joy we once shared. I long to rebuild our bond based on trust, honesty, and the brave openness you showed every day. Now I see that love isn't about owning or controlling each other. It's about freely giving without expecting anything back. It's about cheering for each other, being there during tough times, and never taking for granted just being there for one another. Our love was a light in the darkness, one I let dim when I should have been fanning the flame. I hope with time you can forgive the hurt I caused. I'm not looking for a quick fix because I know trust takes time to rebuild and healing is slow. But know this, I'm dedicated to learning from my mistakes, to growing, and to living out the wonderful unconditional love you once showed me. I remain hopeful that someday, through what I do and how I change, we might find our way back to that deep connection that was the best part of us together.